Hello everyone, welcome to our video. Today, we're diving into the battle between the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Z Fold 6. We'll explore the major differences, new features, and discover what has really changed. Samsung's upcoming flagship foldable smartphones, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and the Galaxy Z Fold 7, are available for pre-order and will ship in a week. However, we already have test units available and have put them through our in-depth testing. Is the Z Fold 7 the next big foldable model? Is it really better than last year's Galaxy Z Fold 6? Last year's Z Fold 6 didn't represent a radical advancement. It was a modest refresh with a flatter design and slightly modified dimensions, as if Samsung had released a device just to meet the annual upgrade norm. Let's see if there's a real evolution. So whether you're a tech enthusiast or just curious about the latest trends, stay with us as we explore these two impressive Samsung models in detail. They promise to redefine how we interact with our smartphones daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create even more exciting content about technology. Click the subscribe button and activate notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thank you in advance. Stay with us to find out if the Z Fold 7 is worth it compared to its predecessor. Let's get started. Let's begin with the design. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 was flatter, sharper, and slightly lighter than the Fold 5, but let's be realistic, it was more iterative than innovative. With the Z Fold 7, Samsung is moving toward the future of foldable devices, or catching up with the competition, as the new Z Fold 7 is about as thin as the Oppo Find N5 and the latest Honor Magic V5. All three are touted as the thinnest in the world, with differences measured in a few millimeters. The Fold 7 is thus Samsung's thinnest foldable phone to date. It measures only 8.9 millimeters when closed. That's a huge drop from the 12.1 millimeters of the Fold 6. Add to that a now wider external display, in a 21:9 aspect ratio and a diagonal of 6.5 inches, and you get a foldable phone that offers a normal feel when used closed. The interior screen has also been expanded, going from 7.6 to 8 inches. It still doesn't provide a multimedia format, but a larger surface is always welcome. Foldable devices have been adapted and excel in multitasking on these huge almost square internal screens. We now have more space for that. The hinge has also been reinforced, again with titanium components. Samsung is using ultra-thin glass that is 50% thicker for the main screen. Yes, let's say 10 times faster. Basically, the goal is to make the crease a little less deep and less visible. And that's true. I know that photos taken under studio lighting, where one deliberately tries to capture a reflection, clearly show a crease. But in reality, it's hardly visible, even when you run your finger over it. We still benefit from IP48 water and dust resistance, meaning it can withstand immersion in clear water, but it doesn't really protect against dust or sand. So, don't roll around on the beach with your Z Fold. That's the only advice we can give you. Both screens of the Galaxy Z Fold 7 are larger, but the real advantage lies in the proportions. The increased width of the external screen significantly improves the ergonomics of the Z Fold 7 as a normal phone, while the slight increase in the size of the internal screen will enhance the overall usability. Samsung's excellent Dynamic AMOLED 2X panels are maintained. We have ultra-smooth refresh rates from 1 to 120 Hz, high resolution, and brilliant brightness peaking at 2600 nits. In reality, most of the screen features, apart from the dimensions, seem identical to those of the Z Fold 6. You'll notice that although both screens are advertised for a maximum brightness of 2600 nits, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 displays quite low brightness at 20% APL, realistic simulation scenario. This is because the phone often limits its maximum brightness to avoid overheating issues, or simply because it's having a bad day. This was a complaint users had before. For the rest, nothing has changed. The excellent minimum brightness for night use and color accuracy of OLED, excellent but still present. Of course, both phones offer several color calibration options. You can opt for vibrant or basic colors, enable adaptive tone and eye comfort shield to filter blues. Both phones integrate a fingerprint reader in the power button. The Z Fold 7 offers an interesting feature. To register a new fingerprint, there's no need to move your finger and place it again. You just need to swipe it multiple times. For now, we don't know if this feature will be available on the Z Fold 6 with the One UI 8 update, or if it will be exclusive to the Fold 7. However, we know that both readers are extremely responsive and accurate. These changes are not just aesthetic, they also enhance everyday functionality. Whether it's for content consumption, multitasking, or even note-taking, the Z Fold 7 positions itself as a true leader in the foldable smartphone space. If design and display are priorities for you, the Z Fold 7 truly deserves your attention. Let's talk about the camera. Cameras have always been the weak point of Samsung's Fold lineup. Generally, you had a choice. For a camera phone, you'd go for the S25 Ultra. For a large screen and multitasking, you'd choose the latest photo specs and opt for the Z Fold. But the game changes with the Z Fold 7, which now features a new 200-megapixel main sensor. Finally, nothing new, it's the camera from the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The rest of the setup? Still the same, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and 2 selfie cameras, front and back, that do the job without fuss. Compare this to the Fold 6, which kept the same 50-megapixel main camera we've seen since the Fold 4. A solid sensor, but hardly exciting in 2025. Also note that the Galaxy Z Fold 7 upgrades its internal camera with a 10-megapixel sensor. It's no longer under the screen. Is that important? At least, we have a camera for video calls that doesn't look like a 2008 camera. The biggest difference lies in the main camera. The Z Fold 7 integrates the 200-megapixel sensor from the Galaxy S25 Ultra, no kidding. Comparing them side by side, and squinting, we see it's a bit better. To be honest, the 50-megapixel sensor of the Z Fold 6 is already quite capable. But the new camera offers a slightly wider dynamic range and a bit of artificial overcleaning, making details more lifelike. The differences are even more pronounced at night. Again, subtle but visible. The contrast is a bit more pronounced with the Z Fold 7, allowing for better perception of the impact of light sources on the scene, while the Z Fold 6 tends to slightly flatten the dynamics. Once again, same specifications but different results. The dynamics and colors are generally identical, but the Z Fold 7 is much less aggressive with excessive sharpness. Thus, fine details appear less jagged and more realistic. Although Samsung's post-processing is excellent on both devices, the main 200-megapixel sensor of the Z Fold 7 offers a slightly sharper image. Pixel peeping provides a better level of detail, and the contrast processing is slightly more pleasing. However, the images from the Z Fold 6 are nothing shocking. This means incredible details and brighter photos. Under the hood, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, the same chip that has wowed us in the latest Galaxy S25 series. Manufactured on a 3nm process, it's probably the most powerful processor currently available in an Android phone. In comparison, the Fold 6 is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, a tried-and-true processor that remains excellent. The RAM is 12GB in the entry-level versions. But if you opt for 1TB of storage on the Z Fold 7, Samsung now offers 16GB of RAM. By comparison, the Z Fold 6 offers 12GB of RAM across all storage versions. We already knew the new Snapdragon 8 Elite was a beast. This new benchmark proves it, making the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 look like an old classic. The fragile balance between graphical power, energy efficiency, and thermal management. The Z Fold 7 represents, of course, a significant advancement despite its thinness. On the software side, the Fold 7 could be equipped with Android 16 and One UI 8. It's quite amusing, as we just finished the long series of Android 15 updates for Samsung's older flagships. Both devices benefit from Samsung's new software update policy for 7 years, which is an excellent guarantee for the future, provided these updates are timely. This means the Z Fold 6 should be operational until 2031, and the Z Fold 7 until 2032. With the Z Fold 7, Samsung has introduced new features, such as AI tools for photography and improvements for multitasking. How do these additions change the game? The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 incorporates artificial intelligence features that transform the user experience. Thanks to AI, the camera benefits from enhanced tools for photo editing, allowing automatic adjustments to brightness, contrast, and colors. This means even novice users can achieve professional quality photos effortlessly. Moreover, AI optimizes app usage and multitasking, offering smooth window management and quick access to frequently used functions. These innovations make the user experience not only more intuitive but also more productive. As for the battery, Samsung is not making waves. The Fold 7 is equipped with a 4,400 mAh battery similar to that of the Fold 6, without the presence of those sophisticated silicon carbon cells that push the limit beyond 6,000 mAh. Charging speed? Unchanged as well. The Fold 6 reaches 25W wired and 15W wirelessly, and the Fold 7 maintains those values. Again, Samsung has shown incredible caution regarding battery upgrades since the major fiasco of the Galaxy Note 7 years ago. The battery life of the Fold 6 was decent. About a day of moderate use, especially if you love the internal screen. We hoped that the efficiency gains of the Fold 7 would extend battery life a bit, but it's just the opposite. For casual tasks, the battery life of both phones is more or less the same. For 3D gaming and, by extension, resource-hungry apps, the Z Fold 7 drains its battery a bit faster. So, does the Z Fold 7 really make the cut compared to the Z Fold 6? Stay with us for our final verdict. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 has finally crossed a threshold and brought improvements that fans have long awaited. Primarily in terms of design, the industry is moving toward ultra-thin foldable devices, as this seems to please users. The thinner Z Fold 7 comes at a cost. You'll lose support for the S Pen. There's no room for a Wacom digitizer with a phone only 4.2 mm thick. Remember, a few months ago, Samsung launched a special edition Galaxy Z Fold in Korea. Thinner, lighter, and without an S Pen. At that time, I speculated that the company was probably testing the waters to see if users would prefer a thinner foldable device without an S Pen. For now, the Z Fold 7 seems to be the superior phone. A slightly improved camera, significantly improved design, size, and weight. The Z Fold 6 is your option if you're not ready to say goodbye to the S Pen case. Other than that and the price, I don't see many reasons to choose the older Z Fold 6 over the new Z Fold 7. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more tech content, and share your thoughts on these new smartphones in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you soon for more tech discoveries.